Fog is indeed the story of the day. I'm glad I'm not the only one that has to show up to work early. All those cars are for our people. The moon's bright though, did you see that? Yeah, let's go to work. It's a fly day. It's a Thursday fly day. Oh man, that doesn't work. Okay, so as you can see, it was a beautiful morning, very clear, but fog was in the area. It was dark, but I knew things were gonna start happening. It was gonna be, I was gonna have to work for it today. Fog was gonna be a factor. So one of the most common questions that a lot of people ask me that are not pilots is, how do you fly in the fog? Well, we have instruments. I won't get into all this other stuff. This is just gonna be a very basic blog on how the day went, really. So, went into Victoria in the morning. Beautiful. Not well, I mean, there was fog, but it wasn't the factor. Coming back into Vancouver, I was getting vectored for the approach by ATC. So ATC is air traffic control, and vectors means that they're telling you what heading and altitude they want you to fly. Now we have instruments on the airplane that sort of tell you where the airport is, and you use those to sort of fly down this imaginary slope that takes you right onto the runway. But it takes you down to a minimum altitude. So at that altitude, after that altitude, you need to see the runway. In Vancouver's case, it's 200 feet above the ground. So here I was, I'm on vectors. I'm getting vectored around. I'm on top of the cloud. It's beautiful and sunny. And then I start the approach. And what's it like to be at 200 feet and not be able to see the ground? 200 feet. It's not very far off the ground. So it's not unsafe. You're at 200 feet. You don't see the runway. We do the missed approach. We climb up. We go around and do something different. Go to an alternate. Come back around for another try. In this case, they changed runways for me. And we came back around for runway 08. And this is where this pattern here, that this is sort of describes my flight path. And then we landed without further incident. Pretty simple. Still had to shoot the approach. It was still kind of foggy, but just the fog was a little bit lighter. Does that make sense? It was lighter. It wasn't as thick. I had the required visibility that I needed to land at 200 feet. Whew. Just another day in the life of a pilot. You're welcome. Fog just slows things down. And then the rest of the morning was spent waiting for the fog to lift so that we could get out and go deliver some more packages. So that was the day, basically. And that morning was a lot of work, but it's all done now. Whew. All right, that was good. Good fun. That was worth getting up for.